funny. There's this phenomenon, this list of things that are happening that's outrageous. And the phenomenon is that if you agree with the outrageous thing, then you can talk about it. But if you disagree with that outrageous thing, well, you're not allowed to talk about it. And to talk about it, you're called a conspiracy theorist. As in, your disagreement will not be heard on its own terms. The reason you disagree with it will not be addressed. There will be no rebuttal to your points. The very fact that you claim it's a thing will be ridiculed. The other day I showed you, for example, a new opinion poll by the liberal-linked Abacus Data pollster. They called their poll, "Millions Believe in Conspiracy Theories in Canada." But like I say, it's more properly called "Millions Disagree with Certain Decisions Being Made About Their Life." Here's what I mean. Look at their World Economic Forum question that they surveyed Canadians about. Do you believe the World Economic Forum elites have a secret strategy to impose on the world? 20% of Canadians say yes, 37% aren't sure. Well, let me help you with that. Here's Klaus Schwab, the founder of the World Economic Forum, talking about imposing his strategy on the world.
What we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, is that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are for our actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
Yeah, so you can't really call it a conspiracy theory because it is indeed a conspiracy. They are conspiring to do it, but it's out in public, so it's more of a conspiracy fact. One of the conspirators just happens to be Chrystia Freeland, George Soros's former biographer, now our deputy prime minister, who bizarrely sits on the World Economic Forum's board of governors. How's that even allowed? Like I say, it's not really a conspiracy theory when they publish it on their website, but if you disagree with it, it suddenly becomes a conspiracy theory. The World Economic Forum is the organization. The Great Reset is their plan. Klaus Schwab published a book called The Great Reset. They have a whole section about the Great Reset on their website. Let me read a little bit from it. They say, "The pandemic represents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world." Professor Klaus Schwab, founder and executive chairman, World Economic Forum. Follow insights on how we can recover from COVID-19 to build a healthier, more equitable, and more prosperous future. So there it is, the Great Reset, using COVID as the excuse to rebuild and reshape the world. And when they say healthier, of course, they mean vaccine mandates. When they say more equitable, of course, they mean socialism, but a weird kind of crony socialism, really not much different from crony capitalism, where oligarchs like Bill Gates and other World Economic Forum tycoon are in charge. I mean, once you notice their language and their plans, you can't really unsee it. I mean, take a look at this.
A global pandemic.
Joe Biden calls it Build Back Better.
Build back better.
Building back better.
To do things differently, to build back better.
We're going to build it back better.
And build it back better.
It's my plan to build back better.
Start taking all the problems that have been created in education and mental health and start to build back in a positive way.
I have launched a booklet called Build Back Better, Britain After Coronavirus.
It's about building this country back better.
Growing conspiracy following it. It is called the Great Reset.
An unprecedented opportunity to rethink and reset the ways in which we live.
The great opportunity for reset.
The theory even calls Mr. Biden's campaign slogan, Build Back Better, a front for the conspiracy.
Build back better.
Building back better our economy.
Build back better.
All elements of the Great Reset are fundamental to building the future we need.
This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset.
It's a big effort to, some would say, to build back better. We would say to really have a great reset.
Conspiracy, conspiracy,
conspiracy. Yeah, but I'd like to show you something interesting, and I'll post a full copy of this document on our website under this video. It's an access to information document, 34 pages long, of briefing notes prepared for the Prime Minister, prepared for Justin Trudeau. All about the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset. So this isn't some internet gossip, and it's not even Klaus Schwab just bragging about his claimed penetration into the Canadian government. I mean, theoretically, that could just be BS by Klaus Schwab, just some guy trying to pretend he's more powerful than he really is. No, this is what's actually going on inside our government. This is the department preparing briefing notes for cabinet ministers, in this case, Justin Trudeau, telling him what the plan is, telling him information, telling him things he should say, telling him what his role is in the World Economic Forum strategy. Let me say that again. These are internal Canadian government documents prepared by the Canadian Civil Service for Trudeau and his staff, telling them about the World Economic Forum's Great Reset, outlining what Canada is supposed to do, and facilitating that, making it happen, making meetings happen, making statements happen, making commitments happen, spending money. Or as Klaus Schwab would say, they're penetrating us. That was an excerpt from my daily TV-style show called The Ezra Levant Show. Each weekday, I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview a fascinating guest. I read some fan mail or hate mail, depends on which I like more, and we end with a video of the day. You can get it all at rebelnewsplus.com.